Have you had the opportunity to see the Sun newspaper this morning?
I did, just before I came in.
Yes, The front page headline. Apologies if children are listening. The headline is exclusive. Prime Minister's solution to soaring energy prices. Get rid of the green crap. David Cameron making a huge U-turn, saving us £112 a year on our average £1,400 a bill. What are you going to say to Mr Cameron about his use of words and his views?
Well, if I may use the word, it isn't all crap, of course. It is worth remembering that a lot of the policies that we've got support tens of thousands of people who work in a booming green energy sector, actually keep bills down in the long run, because if you don't insulate people's homes today, they're going to be spending more on their gas and electricity bills in the future heating their homes. And crucially, that some of these policies are there to help the most vulnerable. I'll give you an example. One of these levies, called the Warm Homes Discount, will pay for sending out a cheque worth £135 to 2 million of the poorest households in this country. Now, by the way, the Prime Minister and I, funny enough, were discussing this just yesterday. So it so happens, I don't think that's a fair reflection of his views. We both want to see policies where we are in control of them in government made as cost effective as possible without cutting our commitment to reducing carbon emissions and looking after the environment. So, of course, we're going to try and reduce the cost of them, and we're looking at different options of doing that. But we're not going to abandon the long-term objective of making sure that we reinvest in our energy infrastructure to keep the lights on, make sure we continue to support a green energy sector which is employing thousands upon thousands of people in this country.
Big vote winner, isn't it? Mr Clegg, let's be honest.
I actually think keeping people's bills down and making sure
£112 down.
But listen,
get rid of last time the green crap, you save £112. What would the Lib Dems say?
I'll tell you what we can do.
Keep it and pay £112.
No, you know what we can do? If you want to really snatch that £135 cheque away from a million poor pensioners in this country, be my guest and try and make that sound popular, or indeed another million households. But what we can do, and of course we're looking at this, is we can simply say, OK, we'll pay for that, not from your bills, but the government will pay for it. So we're looking at all these options to make sure that we reduce, wherever we can, the burden on people's bills whilst keeping in place the objectives of these policies. That's what we're looking at the moment. We can square the circle. That's my view. And by the way, I also know it's the Prime Minister's view. So, across this coalition, we're not going to turn our back on the environment whilst at the same time seeking to bring down any unnecessary costs on people's bills.